Chester at the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. Not wrong at all.
Not wrong at all. So, 8 and 8. 5 points on the board for the Swarms. It's already neck and neck. So if you're watching the last game and playing that roller derby drinking game where you have to have a shot every time a lead changes, I hope you've prepared yourself some kind of bucket next to you or something, because I get the feeling this game's about to be switchy.
Yes. I'm just going to agree. I was going to be responsible and say, make the second one water. Every other one. If you love your kidneys, you know.
Yeah. Think about the future.
Wham.
Harry smiles.
Yeah. And Harry does smile.
Oh, smiles all
Nothing
around.
to smile. What's not to smile about? Look at that. Look at that. Happy times.
Very versatile. Has Harry always skated under Harry Smiles?
I think so, but not always under Sunstage.
Oh, okay.
If I have it right, and please, players at home, call through and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yell at your TV real loud.
That'll work. That totes works. I found out earlier today that Harry Smiles was actually an Adelaide.
Oh, Adelaides. Well, as if the Adelaide Showgrounds wasn't enough, they have to start giving out their skaters to other teams.
Oh, I know, right?
So, number 6, we have
Alice Affliction again.
Alice Affliction up against, who's there for Sydney?
Moody.
Moody's
back again.
Another all-star Australian, Moody.
Shocking. How do they do it? Fairly freaking well is what I say.
That's right, they strap these skates to their feet.
And off they go.
Go like the clappers.
Go like the clappers. I've got to say, Moody doesn't look particularly moody. Judging by that, that's one calm individual inside that body full of go.
I feel like calm is a mood, and happy also is a mood.
Hello. All right then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's all right. She's getting a cut track. Now she's a little moodier.
Nah.
That'll
I hope not. That's a wrong attitude. Anyway, here we go. Getting to see some of the fabulous assassins blocking here, trying to lock down Alice Affliction.
And calling it off strategically so that we're going to start this next jam with Moody still on the bin, in the bin.
So that was Jones, Motherfargo, and Minky doing that beautiful work, convincing Alice Affliction to call that one off. Now the Swarm have started to stretch things out a little bit in their favour. They're up to 20 points against 10 points to the Assassins. Very early days. 6 minutes off the clock, so. Spinach.
Wow,
very
great
confident
work.
jammer. Yeah.
Amazing work to stay inside there. Everything was pushing her out. She
against that booty block by Boxy Lady. Oh, my Lord. Oh, no, Boxy Lady. Apologise, that was Jones.
But she had to bend the laws of physics just to get in there, and good on her. Said it couldn't be done. She just did it.
She's another one of these skaters who every once in a while goes part cartoon.
Kapow. There goes Spinach, and she is still flying around.
Oh, my God. Indigo Fury's hit on Moody. Moody round the outside, though. Here comes Spinach again, into Jones, into Icy Red.
She's looking around, and she's going to keep on moving through. Her bench is like, keep on moving. You're doing all right. Moody is right in. She's in the middle of a scoring pass now, so she's going to put some points on the board there for Sydney. And Spinach again. Another scoring pass.
How many passes is this for Spinach? We're going to have to look at the board. It looks like 4.
Yeah, there's another 4 points going on there. 17 points for the Swarm.
That's a 4 scoring passes. That's not shabby.
No, it's the highest scoring jam we've had so far in this game. So that's not shabby at all.
All right, Harry Smiles up against
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Oh.
Hang on, we've segued. Whoops. How did that happen? All righty.
Bruce Willis.
Oh, body's
almost through the front.
Right, look at that unstoppable motion. But
Harry on the
with
outside.
a jump on the outside and taking that hit from pure energy and just managing to hang on that outside line. All right, Bruce Willis laying some serious rubber, trying to make up ground. But before Bruce Willis approaches the engagement zone, Harry Smiles is out the front.
That's right. Harry jumping the apex, putting some more points on the board.
And no call off from Harry. It's the trusting the blockers, and that's a lot to trust there because you've got Indigo Fury and Rattling Bones.
Harry
I'd have some
punching
faith
through
in that.
again.
Maiden Hell.
Bruce Willis also clearing now, putting some points on the board, but it is all coming up, Harry. Harry, we got 9-4 in this jam with a minute left on the clock, and I think they're just going to keep going round.
I think they... Oh, nope. Bench made a liar out of you.
As soon as you say something in this game, bam, they go and prove you wrong. Makes us look like big dorks.
No. I think that's us.
Yeah, probably is. 21 minutes. So first 10 minutes into this game, 47 to Sun State, 18 for the Sydney Assassins.
Early days, but looking good for Sun State. If they can maintain this momentum, and from what I've been seeing this year, they certainly can. They have every confidence.
So we've got Dom for the Assassins. It's lead jammer for Sydney at this stage.
Yep.
She's getting
that is
released.
Dom has
Card
just
track.
cut. Oh, so Alice Affliction gets down low and goes.
I think she thought she was in the clear, but
Yep.
she certainly wasn't because
Missed
she's
the
making
run
her
back.
way in the bin.
There was a run back. All right, so there's Varuk Assault going to assist. Didn't notice the contained blocker.
We have a pack at a standstill over
Still
there.
pack. So that gives Jones, Teratoma, and Minky a chance to try to form up a defence, but they're going to have Blockadile Dundee to work against Blockadile Dundee, trying to stop the yield back. Not quite successful there, and the Assassins have their fourth blocker back on track from the bin.
Yeah, and Alice Affliction, 5 fingers in the air. Seb, with the amazing dancing fingers, is indicating 5 points on the floor. So Dom's back in, but she's not the lead jammer. So Alice has got all the charge she wants to be able to call this off whenever she wants. She's having a bit of a look as Dom flies through. No, she's going to keep it going. Lining it up. Ella tries to find the inside edge. Struggles
Tipped out
a
by
bit.
Minky.
Minky got out the inside edge.
Minky's there. Getting back to... Oh, Teratoma taking quite the hit. Alice Affliction clearing her own inside path.
Sometimes you just got to do it yourself. We are seeing a big breakaway at Sun State in the start of this first half.
Alice Affliction trying to step. I don't know if that was a step over the apex or over legs from my angle. I can't quite tell, but she stepped into someone and hit the floor. But she is up and running. All right, so we'll have Brittany Spear Tackle in the white up against Spinach in the black. Clear penalty box. So Indigo Fury back on the line. Defensive blocker Icy Red for Assassins.
Spinach
Fairly fast and furious. Oh,
right in the middle there. Only a few steps away from lead jammer.
indeed.
Getting a cut track being called. And there goes
Off to the bin.
Sydney's jammer all the way to the bin because
Yes.
Spinach is now the lead jammer.
It looks like joined by Jones as well, so pack advantage and only jammer on track. Sun State, this is how they want this. Spinach just does a nice, gentle duck around the outside.
Well, we are watching a very different game to the one we just saw, which was a blockers game, and this seems like a very strong jammers game.
All right, I am really going to have to jump onto the YouTubes and catch the footage from the last game.
It was heckers.
So, yes,
So-
definitely is the jammers game out here at this point in time. Bit of an assist there from Sass and Bite.
A lot of bargy-wargy going on out there, but not much happening. Spinach, on the other hand, flying away through.
A little hurdle. All right, Brittany Spear Tackle has gotten through. So now we've got Rattling Bones, Sass and Bite, making gaps there for Spinach.
Good jam.
Brittany spear tackle. Thought she might have picked up a couple as she ducked past. All right, we've got Minky.
Heavy fall.
Yeah. Oh, always scary for a player when they wear glasses and they have a heavy fall forward.
I know, especially face first in the concrete.
No one's idea of fun.
Nah.
Well, I mean, probably someone's idea of fun, but yeah.
They should be playing derby, though, those people. 16 points to the Swarm unanswered against the Assassin. 81-26 on the scoreboard. And we have 16 minutes left in this game. In this half.
Oh, my Lord. Just in this half, even. And then there's a whole second half.
I know.
Jesus wept. Righty-ho, Moody. Nice pass through there for the Assassins, taking the lead in on the approach for the point scorer. And this is Harry Smiles. Wow, that was surprisingly held up there.
Moody's certainly going to want to capitalise on this lead jammer.
No, already missed the opportunity.
Snuck on through on the inside.
That's a shanking, pure energy. Taking Harry out on that outside, yielding all the way back. But it looks like Moody also being yielded back, and that will be by Indigo Fury. Are we no. Someone somewhere stop it and just play the derbies again. No.
That's rewinding back the hands of time. If only the Assassin could unwind the last 60 points of the Swarm.
There you go.
I think that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, look, this is really no one's friend. Well, actually, no, it is Sunstate's friend because the clock's on their side. It doesn't matter to them. If time gets bled, it only works out in their favour.
That's true.
So there's no reason for Sunstate to change this tactic.
Even the refs are falling all over themselves.
Malice was taken. No, never give way. Refs, that's your lane.
If you're thinking that everything's going backwards on your television, it's true.
Because it is
going backwards on your television.
Or we've finally decided we're going to play it the Antipodian way.
Yep.
It's time. It's time we started playing in this direction. Thank you.
Yeah. Upside down, Miss Jane.
Oh, I need thinking music. I need something.
7 seconds on the clock.
4, 3, 2, 1. Thank fun that's over.
And I think we're going to go back to the normal direction now.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But I'm not overly confident.
Yep. But you know, they should score negative points in the negative direction.
I'm with you.
Yep.
Totes. That's it.
Alice Affliction, Bruce Willis. Planning on going forward, I think. I like the honeycomb bit, just a little bit of honeycomb at the top of the uniforms.
Yep.
Nice.
Just as you saw.
Yep.
An homage, a nod to the bee, the mighty bee.
But not the queen
Bruce. More money. Yes! Bruce hanging on there. Big hit from Rattling Bones, unable to take Bruce out.
Bruce Willis lining up some defense. We're looking to put some points on the board. Does it? Bruce Willis, 5 in the sky.
Alice Affliction having absolutely no joy against Minky. Clearly a little bit rattled before, but not for long because Minky's back on track with Teratoma. And number 52.
Bruce Willis, only one more blocker to get through. They're getting re-enveloped.
Is this the third scoring pass? Please be the third scoring pass.
To second scoring pass.
Oh, well, nothing shabby about a second scoring pass.
No, exactly. Still 5 in the air. 10 points unanswered at this stage. Having a look around there. We've got a medium pack speeding up.
Now the benchy has given Bruce the indication. Do not. Yep. Now she's allowed to call it off. Nice work there. Assassins are up to 39 points. Swarm 85. So 46-point difference. Still got just over 12 and a half minutes on the clock.
Spinach and Dom.
Oh, Spinach is back.
That's right.
Now, it looked all for all the world like Spinach and Pure Energy were having a wee chat then. Spinach. Camera angle, catching that beautifully.
Oh, what's happening?
Forearms. Forearms on Spinach. All right.
Quick penalty.
So now that is a chance for Dom. Dom is through, so nothing but assist here from Sydney. making sure that the Swarm cannot get this pack moving. They do not want pace.
Oh, great work there by Dom.
Gorgeous outside pass.
Nice and clean. Very little stopping her there.
All right, the Swarm have managed to get this pack to start rolling. How's that going to work, though? Because Dom seems to be managing. Nope, runs afoul of SX there. And meanwhile, Spinach back on track. So it is now getting hectic again. Look at the move and scope, Pure Energy. That's some serious blocking action there. 5-3-5, Motherfager. Also, and then we've got the triangle. But Spinach. All the motion, all the motion.
Great work there by Spinach. They kept trying to push her out. She dropped down to her knees and let them just roll over the top of her. Great work.
Clever. But that's another 9 points for the Assassins, 9-zip. So, creeping things back. How long can the Assassins sustain this, though?
37 points the difference. We are coming up on 10 minutes left in this half. Sun State came out like a bat out of hell, and Sydney are clawing it back.
Brittany, spear tackle, saw the opportunity, pack baited to the outside.
Harry Smiles still caught up, unable to make her initial pass, and it's all Brittany.
It's Minky and Teratoma.
And we're talking Brittany when
Brittany.
she shaved her head kind of Brittany, like going absolutely full bonkers.
No way. Our Brittany is not trailer trash.
No, that's when I
The
like
wealthiest trailer trash in the world, but you know.
Brittany got interesting when she took off all her hair.
That's true, actually. I thought finally, maybe some edge.
Yeah.
All right.
Harry
Smiles
four
picking up
points
4
on
points.
the board.
So it's a 5-4.
Brittany's
What is
looking
Brittany?
around.
Yep.
How many did she get there? That's 3.
She picked up another 3.
Is that 4 or 3?
3. That's a 3.
That's a 3.
That's a 3 from the Rorschach.
That's good though. 4-8 and edging ever closely. 33 points the difference.
Ooh.
Alison Moody.
Should be interesting. No pack advantage. Anyone? Everyone's got someone having a sit down.
Moody had an absolute cracker of a World Cup.
Really?
She had an absolute crack of a World Cup.
Bless.
And looking out there today, it looks like this is also going to be a fantastic one for her.
Yeah.
Lead jammer, 2-1-6 Moody.
Oh, pack unable to hold Alice Affliction though, so coming hot in the heels. Are we going to get the hit and grit? SX doing what she can. Oh, Moody not calling it. Alice Affliction is hit out. Moody is fighting up the front. Oh, look at the leg position, the bracing, the push back against the hits. 4 points all, shanking at the back.
SX doing some fantastic blocking there, just spreading out and covering up most of the track.
Yeah,
While still miraculously standing up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Full horizontal. Spinach up against Dom. Spinach having just a little word there
with Sass and Bite.
Sass and Bite.
Yeah. Dom's eyeballing. Now there is pack advantage Sun State with, I think that's Mother Fargo.
Fargo.
Oh, there you go. That'll help me remember. Fargo's a good show. All right, Spinach, round and round. Oh, Dom, no joy for Dom, but a little tippity hit out on Minky, but that was, I believe, a direction. Hard to see the hand calls from here. Spinach heading round. Oh, getting the little sparkle.
1, 2, 3,
it's
4,
like
5.
a twinkling star.
I
like
know.
Seb's hand signals there.
It's they're very fancy.
Bit flash.
Yep.
Oh, Dom. No joy at the front there. That is absolutely brutal blocking with Mo Money bracing and rattling bones.
Spinach single-handedly trying to undo all the good work that Assassins have done in the last 10 minutes.
Yep.
In one jam.
I would say she's getting a touch of help from the blockers who are holding up the other jammer.
Oh, that's
Just
true. That's true.
you know.
And her team.
Yeah, just a little bit here and there.
Single-handedly with the rest of her team.
Yeah.
15
As you
points to Spinach,
Oh,
unanswered to
there's
Dom.
an over-assist there. Motherfager, Teratoma down, but their backs up again. There's been a star pass to Minky. Minky is out, so There's Spinach having a look. All the points are, almost all the points are at the back, just waiting to be taken. And yes, well done, Sydney. Stopped.
Minky's telling the crowd she almost flew right into them.
It's like, you're all very lucky. I was about to nick you all accidentally.
But there was still a 20-point jam for the Swarm.
Certainly putting
nice work.
some very unwanted points if you're a Sydney Assassins fan out there.
Putting the kibosh on that Sydney Assassins, started to get a bit of steam up and were starting to make some headway, but the Swarm have come back hard.
Harry Smiles up against Brittany Spear Tackle. Last time this happened, Brittany Spears came out like all kinds of things that come out of things quickly.
Yes, indeed. Oh, now look, Harry Smiles being shut down at the front. So Brittany Spear Tackle does manage to take the lead. That was almost 30 seconds to get a lead out. I think that's the longest we've had in this game. So Pure Energy holding up the front there with Mother Fargo. Oh.
SX Recycling.
Oh, Block It All Dundee hammers into Mother Fargo. Oh, no one's moving. Look at this. The tiniest of tiny movements. No one's standing still, but no one's giving an inch.
No, that's right.
Lord have mercy. This tournament, I'm seeing so much where there's very little movement, but so much action. So you get these really tight defensive formations at points that just lock everything down.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to go anywhere to put a lot of effort in and see a lot of stuff happening.
Oh, Pure Energy on Harry Smiles. They're trying to knock Harry Smiles in. Mother Fargo and Pure Energy.
Harry's not smiling now.
No. But Harry is hanging in there and working like a trooper, but waits for the out-of-play call and bleeds off Mother Fargo back to the penalty box while Brittany Spear Tackle being pointed at. Yes, taken to her knees again, realises I might as well call this one off. So that's a 3-zip jam for the Assassins. Meanwhile, outside pack refs, we have a little cluster going past with Malice, Purple and Bike Furious. Outside pack refs. Having to work a little harder in this game than some of the games I've watched. There's a bit more motion happening. So,
Alice Affliction up against Bruce Willis.
Assassin Bite hanging out the back there, looking for the offensive assist. Bit of a distraction on the outside. Alice Affliction thinks she has the outside pass, but Minky comes round. And number 23, Icy Red.
She makes it through. Alice Affliction lead jammer to some stage.
Oh, hangs on. Powerhouse. And meanwhile, we've had the Star has a no, not passed.
It's gone. It was stashed and then
Just
brought
held.
back out.
No more stashing. No more stashing. It's taken off. Take your panties off in public. I don't think that's the appropriate way to behave at all, but somehow here it's fine.
That's right.
Bless.
Bruce is going to have to go back doing a bit of a pirouette on that outside line.
Indeed he chops. Meanwhile, Alice Affliction running afoul of Mother Fargo and Minky for a second or two there until getting some assist from Assassin Bite. Oh, yep. Bruce Willis getting a little bit fatigued, and you can see why. Look at all the heat they're copping.
Whoa, nice hit on that
Very
inside.
nice tip and hit out 2-0-6 Maiden Hell. And yes, Bruce Willis is fatigued there. Stamina is possibly going, well, yeah, could be the deciding factor in this one. This could be what stops the Assassins from coming back. But Alice Affliction also hit out, yielded back by Honey Punch, goes in for another hit, but Alice Affliction has got the momentum where they need it, and he's going.
She's got 5 on the board, so she's lapped Bruce Willis as well.
Indeed he chops.
We are almost at the end of this jam, and we're looking at just
on time.
2.5 minutes left in this half.
What? Lord have mercy.
Wow. So we are looking almost double. So the Swarm are 127s to Sydney Assassins 68. So So another 9 points, and Sun State are double the Assassins. And we're coming into the second half there, and it's going to be a great position coming into this second half.
The Assassins have the opportunity for a power jam start. Alice Affliction getting sent at the very end of the last jam, so she's got 30 seconds on the track. No other jammer. Brittany spear tackle. Brittany spear tackle up against Veruca Salt. And Veruca Salt sent to the penalty box.
Brittany spear tackle is controlling what could be the last jam of this half, and going to try and minimise some of that lead going into the second half. 5 points on the board for Sydney.
Cut out for them, but we do have pack advantage to Sydney. Can they contain Alice Affliction and stop her from getting her initial pass so that Brittany spear tackle can keep going around? And they have. Alice Affliction is back to the penalty box for another cut track. So
calling it off to start the second half with jammer superiority.
No. We've still got a minute on the clock.
Do. What am I talking about? Jumping the gun.
It's all right. You're not the first one today. It's all a bit exciting.
So less than a minute on the period clock. We're going to get another 2 minutes on the jam clock. And number 161 is Unsteady, who I don't think we've seen jam yet. Maybe they've been holding on to her as a little sneaky treat.
I'm wondering, yes.
I've never seen Unsteady play before, but just before the end,
I'm excited.
They've whipped out the big guns.
Pack advantage 2.
She's just going out there going, now what we need from you is about 100-point jam. Is that all right? Can you do that for us?
All right, have a crack. Give it your best.
Yeah, no worries.
So
she's right.
We've got a team timeout, stopping the clock at 34 seconds. Just evaluating their options here. We do have 3 Sun State skaters in the bin right now. A really big advantage. And only one assassin there.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you're only sending out 2 Sun State blockers, apparently you're going to send out Mo Money and Rattling Bones. So we're going to see what they can do. They will have 3 up against them, as well as trying to contain the jammer. So it's going to be interesting to see how Mo Money and Rattling Bones go against Minky. Number 52 being Honey Punch, and the other one whose name I'll get to once I see a number. And the other one.
Sun State benchy out there going, look, now there's only 2 of you, so just stop them if you can.
No, not just stop them if you can. Stop them or don't come home. You know how this works. You've got this covered.
You can stay in Adelaide if you don't stop them.
We've trained you. You know your stuff. You've got this covered. In fact, I might take one of you away. I think we only need one of you out here. That'll be fine.
Better make it the pivot.
Yeah, probably a sensible move.
Yep.
All right, so
Unsteady.
Unsteady. And Icy Red, of course. So we've got Icy Red, Honey Punch, and Minky.
I reckon they've been holding on to Unsteady.
I'm getting that feeling, don't you?
I've not seen her skate at all in this half, and now all of a sudden, crucial
that's
moment.
A little,
they whip
that's
out
a little
Unsteady.
telling.
Yeah. She look like a freight train to you or a speed demon? I think she's a speed demon.
Oh, speed demon? All right.
Yep, that's what I'm going on.
Me too, actually.
34 seconds.
I'm going to go whiz, 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 whiz.
That's right.
3 or 4 passes in 30 seconds. Good jammer lap at training is 7 seconds. So she should be able to get 5 in.
Unsteady.
Unsteady.
Lead jammer.
Oh, looked a little unsteady around the apex, but got their footing back beautifully.
Maybe that's her secret power.
Yeah, you think they're going to drop.
Not just a catchy name.
You think you've dropped them, but you haven't. Makes you stop going in for the hit.
She's in charge of this last jam as the period clock winds its way down.
No, they're not
anymore.
No, was trying to call it off and managed to cut track just before they got the call off coming through. All right, this is not what the Assassins wanted, but this is exactly what the Swarm were after. And now, the Swarm have got this pack moving backwards towards their jammer, shortening the distance for them.
Alice Affliction.
Yeah, she's not shabby.
She's not the lead jammer, but she's the only one scoring right now. 5
Yes.
points on the board.
5 points. All right. Swarm crouched and ready to assist if needed. Oh, Honey Punch. Oh, Honey Punch, damn. Doing some good work, unfortunately for them. Got a forearm involved. And this is Unsteady back on track, hopping and popping around the joint. Oh, barging through, trying to charge through those arms, but you can actually block with the upper part of your arm. Alice Affliction, meantime, another 5 points. She gets the sparkly ref signal. Little twinkle star.
And here we go, 5 points
Unsteady, getting some love from the crowd here, which is a beautiful thing to see.
on the board for Unsteady. Well, what an interesting last jam. It looked like it was going to be all Unsteady.
I know,
But now it's gone the other way.
Yep. Though I think maybe we will point out, judging by our stat sheets here, Sunstate currently, as at the 1st of June, ranked 22 in the WFDA rankings, and the Assassins were ranked as 219.
Oh, wow.
So the Assassins, this is a cracking good show.
This is doing really
Cracking
quite
good
well.
showing. Yes. Nicely done.
So we've got 15 minutes of halftime.
Which means you've got a 15-minute reprieve from us.
That's right. And so do whatever you got to. You're not going to want to miss a second of this second half. Well, as we round back in, 30 seconds till this second half kicks off. Looks like we've got Channel 7 News next to us.
We do. I heard there was rumours of a weather break.
A weather break?
Yeah, so you know when they do the little weather break in shows and things to just let you know what the weather's going on like? So they're filming one here.
So, well, the weather in here is pretty mild.
Oh, it is.
We can do a weather break right here.
Alrighty.
2,
Now,
1.
the Assassins have managed to stop the Swarm from doubling their score in that last period. Wonder if they can keep that up and maybe close that gap some. So we've got Moody up against Spinach again.
Moody and Spinach, both all Australians. Moody comes out on top.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's some tidy footwork out the front there to stay in bounds.
Both these two skaters right on Spinach right on Moody's heels.
Yeah, but Spinach. Oh, Moody has the chance. Yep. So that was Maiden Hell jumping on the track behind Moody, gave her that easy point.
And 3 to zip.
Yep, good awareness happening there. Both very powerful jammers, but different skating styles, which is really nice. I like seeing the variety of abilities that come out in this sport.
You know, Sun State really controlled that first half, but ever since half-time, Sydney have come out rolling.
Cracking.
3 to 0.
Wow.
Absolutely in charge of this second half.
Early charge. Oh,
what's going on here? Britney spear tackle. No.
What's going on is the Assassins are getting lead again and again. All right. I think stamina.
Britney calling it off. You know, we just saw a game out here where BRDL was in front at halftime. Canberra came back to take out the game. So this is what we're seeing again, perhaps.
Goodness,
are
maybe
we seeing
we are.
A situation where Sydney could be coming up to bite the Swarm in the butt?
Oh, who knows? We know the Swarm are going to do everything, but I do like this, the camaraderie on the jammer line, because all the intensity is other side of the whistles.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. We're not playing for sheep stations, but we are playing for personal pride, and then all the training that these people put in, there's a lot of pride on that line. No one wants to put in a bad showing.
Bruce Willis up against Harry Smiles.
Bruce is not up against Harry Smiles, just at the moment up against Rattling Bones and Mo Money, etc. Harry Smiles being yielded to the back. That is Jones. And number 23, Icy Red, is that? Yes, Icy Red.
Bruce Willis, lead jammer. That's 100% lead jammer since half-time.
You're not wrong.
Harry Smiles trailing behind.
Yes,
Bruce putting the points on and...
Oh, where's the awareness?
calling it off.
Bruce totally watching to see when was the right time to call it off.
Playing around with 11:58 there.
Yeah, right, it's another 3-zip. They're not big points, but they're all going Sydney's way. This will take a long time to close that gap. But is it the start of something more?
Dom and Spinach.
Assassin Bite hanging at the back, getting in the middle of that Sydney formation. Ooh, hello Assassins, bit of a switch up. Now, is that going to work against them? Because it did give the Swarm a chance to actually swarm their formation. However, Dom hot on the heels of Spinach. Dom's got some good speed. Who's got more points hanging there?
Spinach did take a little look around.
Dom, now did Dom pick up those points before getting hit out on the outside? We've got numbers 49, Apple Turner over, and number 40 doing what they could against Spinach there, but Kitty Hawk and Apple Turner over not having as much success as they would have liked.
Spinach quickly around the back of the track and ready to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, because what is going on with Dom? There we go, the 4 points there.
He's looking over towards the bench for a little bit of guidance, just saying, just one more time.
Bench was signalling, call it off. Spinach was shaking the head going, no, I'm going again.
Yeah, I got this, she says.
And trusting the blockers have her back. Apple Turner over. Nice tries, not good enough. Oh, there's Dom powering through, back past Maidenhell. Here comes Spinach again. She's wanting to widen her points lead.
She keeps looking over a bench, and I think a bench are like, look, you just do what you got, okay? Now they're saying, call it off.
Yeah, is she actually going to do it this time? No, she's telling her bench, no, I'm going one more.
Yeah.
Bench tells her to call it. She tells them, nah.
And that's good pack awareness. She's just having a look there going, you know what, I can stretch this.
My blockers have got them contained. We can go again.
Looking around, how much time? Let's just run out of it anyway.
And that did turn out to be a 22-point jam there against 10. So the right call. Whose was the right call there? I think Spinach knew what they were doing.
Well, she had pretty good track awareness in that last jam, and she's just gone, you know
She was
what?
looking and seeing what her blockers were doing and just went,
I don't think that was ego. I think it was definitely knowing what was going on that track, and she's gone, you know what, I'm just going to stay out.
Well, that's it. When you get a 22-10 jam, I think the right calls were made there.
Definitely.
Oh, there's the Alice Affliction, I remember. She has a really interesting skate style. She quite often comes out of the pack looking like she's shaking her head in a strange way, but she's not. It's just how she skates. Oh, nice little hop over the apex there, over Jones's leg. Jones thought she had the inside covered, but nope. Not when you're Alice Affliction.
Dom's yet to make her way through because she was in the
penalty box. Yeah, didn't see her get sent at the end of the last jam, so.
But she's out of there now, and Star's back on her head.
That's the initial pass for Dom. Oh, comes up against Indigo Fury.
Wow, what's happening here?
That was a touch out of bounds. And Seb gave her quite a long time to decide whether or not she was going to try to correct her cut.
Yeah, it did seem like she was going forward for quite some time. But we're not refs.
Exactly.
We're just on the side with a microphone.
I'm just observing that it took, he gave her a long time because he did. Because she looked like she was trying to figure out if she had cut or not.
And then she decided she did.
And she ran, oh, yes, I have. Actually, I better go back.
Meander back to the back of the pack.
So I actually thought that was quite nice observation by Seb to see that the player wasn't ignoring their cut. Oh, now this time up against Indigo Fury. Dom's had better success, but there goes Alice Affliction, and Alice Affliction looking like she's got more legs still in her. Dom is flagging somewhat. Alice Affliction getting the pack to speed on up because she knows the clock is in her favour.
And that's a great jam there by the Swarm, 15-4, stretching that lead out by another 11 points.
Indeedy. So the Assassins have cracked the ton. They're sitting at 104 points now. The Swarm, however, they've clawed their way back out to 100. I can't say clawed, actually. They're striding quite nicely. Swarm up to 184, so 80-point lead.
It's interesting to see Sunstate now with Jambi gone, which is a recent,
it is a different,
missing player.
Yes. It's a recent departure.
But they've certainly compensated well and seem to be coming out here in quite strong form here in TGSS.
Well, they do have multiple skill sets to draw from, so,
Well, exactly.
Oh, my Lord. That cut and turn and twizzle and duck round using every angle available. Well done, Harry Smiles. That was some fancy-ass jamming.
Well, not to mention riding on the back of pure NRG.
Oh, I know, right? That's one way, I think. Maybe that's one way to get round Pure Energy, is not give her the room to hit you.
Over the top.
Yeah, by ducking and twizzling around, staying on her. But I get the feeling Energy's got one of those 1-inch punches in her somewhere.
Harry is making her way through to the bench. Sorry, the sin bin. She did something she was not meant to.
No, have a sit down, think about what you did, young lady.
That's right.
All right, meanwhile, Moody up and through. Oh, Rattling Bones coming for the cross track. Oh, there was a little bit of connection between feet there, but Bones headed far off track. That has taken a lot of time off Moody, though. So, Moody, some nice work.
That third corner, people sitting on that inside line there have copped a few skaters in the last 3 or 4 hours.
Well, there are those signs, sit here at your own risk, for a very good reason.
Exactly.
It's nice to see they're getting their money's worth. All right, just over 20 minutes in this second period. So that was a 3-17 jam in favour of the Assassins. That was quite nice work there by the Assassins. Well bloody done. Brittany spear tackle. Oh, pack advantage. Swarm. Power jam start, but definite pack advantage. Here comes Harry Smiles back from the penalty box. Oh, and who is that holding Harry Smiles up the front? Brittany spear tackle as the crowd goes wild.
Brittany spear tackle's having a great game out there
Having
tonight.
an absolute cracker, isn't she?
187 to 121 as we round the last 20 minutes.
There's a direction of play penalty. Oh, damn it. Yep. All right. Still, okay, let's have a look at the board, though. That was a 2-0. Not big points, a lot of work, but that was still Assassin's way.
Bruce Willis up against Spinach. There is a lot more Assassins in the bin than there is Sun State.
Yes.
Definitely working in Spinach's favour.
Yeah, they're sending out Pure Energy and Kitty Hawk as your two blockers. Oh, look at Pure Energy run. Oh, comes a cropper on that slippery floor. Coming out of the apexes, it is a little bit risky.
Spins around like a wheel of fortune.
Spinach is watching, Spinach is watching. Oh, Pure Energy. Has there been a panty pass? I can't tell. Oh no, Pure Energy just trying to keep Jammer and Pivot apart. All right, Spinach has made it back through. But we're running on 8-7 at the moment. Swarm only has 1 point more. So is Spinach going to call this one off or not?
Very good work there by Bruce Willis to keep Spinach in check in this jam.
Absolutely. Mitigating damage. Spinach there. Oh, takes. Oh, God, beautiful line there. Slipstreaming off Bruce Willis against her own team. So Bruce Willis creating the distraction to help keep the Assassins away from Spinach while she zipped up that inside. All right. All blockers now. And the call is coming in to run. Bruce Willis looking for that moment. I do think Bruce has got the pace, but...
Spinach is looking to take Bruce out and spends so much time looking at Bruce that Bruce takes advantage of that.
Zippity popped past, but Bruce has been hit in by Blockadile Dundee, and Blockadile is then stopped from the yield, and Spinach is off to the penalty box. Oh, now that is a bit of a big hit there on Bruce Willis. A little fatigued, having some difficulties, and that was a cut track penalty.
That's going to mean both jammers in the bin, but both jammers back out. So Sun State are probably going to start this next jam with about a 2-second advantage.
Could be. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do on the track to try to maximise that very small advantage. Oh, and that was 15 all on that last jam.
Definitely a battle
royale
between these two. So Spinach joining the team
up
and making way and becoming
short
lead
work.
jammer.
Very short work to become lead.
Just those 2 seconds, but it did make a massive difference.
Now, Bruce Willis has got the panty in their hand, but there is no pivot on track, so there is not going to be the opportunity for a star pass. So taking the panty off doesn't create any sort of confusion for the Swarm. They know exactly who they need to target, and if they don't, they just had Spinach helping them out, shooting one of her own blockers over to hit into Bruce Willis.
Spinach is the lead jammer. Oh, great work on the inside line.
Amazing. Bruce Willis back through as well, though. Now it's an 8-4 pass to the Swarm. Swarm's favour. Minky, Pure Energy, and number 52, Honey Punch, lining up, doing what they can.
Everyone's dragged in over the top of Spinach. Spinach looking around going, what's happening as a result of that?
Oh, Spinach was a little ticked off. Didn't understand there was an over-assist from the Assassin. So it wasn't the Assassin deliberately squishing Spinach. It was over-assist by a teammate on the Assassin's part. So Honey Punch is to the bin.
Oh, and look at that. Honey Punch is just saying, sorry about that. Wasn't my fault.
Nice.
Someone pushed me.
Yes. But still apologising because, you know, you don't feel good when you do that to another athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, it's all about the good sports personship.
Moody and Alice Affliction.
Ooh. Up at that pivot line. We do have an official timeout going on just at present. It looks like we're sorting out some things in the sin bin, just making sure. We've got the penalty wrangler going on. Well, sorry, our wrangler going on. Having a bit of a confab, making sure everything is running as it should. Because let's face it, it's been a bit hectic over there in the last couple of jams. So yes, meanwhile, NRG having a wee bit of a chat with Rattling Bones.
A lot of
I think that's
smiles out
Maidenhill. That's it. So for Sun State, Mo Money, Rattling Bones, Maidenhill, and Satin Bite. Oh, but we could be about to have an official review. Could we? Or we just have Jammer talking to a benchy. All right. Time will tell.
This, of course, not the last game tonight. Second last
no.
game.
Second penultimate. So on this track next, we're going to have Dragon City Derby Dolls versus SRDL. Now, I'm not familiar with the RR. I'd have to look that up. Rockabella's roller derby, of course.
Mount Barker.
Lovely Moody.
South Sea beating Mount Barker quite convincingly earlier on today.
Oh, I see. Alrighty. Moody. Oh, Lord have mercy. Fabulous footwork. All right, someone's off to the penalty box. That's one less blocker for Alice Affliction to have to try to deal with, while Moody is on their own for a little bit there. But, that sideways skipping and popping and those moments of pausing and waiting. Oh, look into the bench. Don't call it.
5
Trust your
points
jammers.
for Moody.
Yep. And the Assassins, there's Pure Energy yielding Alice Affliction all the way back. Another 4 points for the Assassins. So it's a 14-point jam so far for the Assassins. Nice bit of work here. Just over halfway through this second period. Now Alice Affliction is through for points. And Moody has managed to clear the penalty box for her team. So Moody's up ahead. It's going to be interesting to see if Honey Punch is going to be in play. Not Honey Punch, I'm sorry. Apple Turner over if they're going to be in play in time to take action against Alice Affliction, because they're both scoring at this point.
Good work by Moody just to seal the deal on that fast-moving pack.
And turn that into a 23-4 jam for the Assassins. A 23-point jam for Moody. Very tidy work.
Moody's been a very effective jammer up against the Swarm tonight, showing exactly why she's an All-Australian. Starting up on this next jam, we've got Spinach, probably the most devastating of jammers in the Swarm lineup in this game. Now, she was going to be going up against Dom, but Dom's just having a quick skate back over there to have a chat with the bench.
Having a chat with Mr. Bump there.
And we've got an official ref timeout whilst they're just sorting out some stuff.
Excellent. Good. Now, we do have Sun State Benchy in on the track, and we did have more than 5. Yeah, we do have more than 5 Sunstate. Oh, I've seen some of these shenanigans before. So you don't necessarily know who's going to be starting for Sunstate until that very last second when people will clear the pack in the hopes that that's enough of a confusion.
But not enough for Brittany Spear Tackle. She comes on
Brittany Spear Tackle did cut track. She got the booty block, didn't realise it had taken her skates to just the other side of that line because she didn't run across the rope, didn't feel it, didn't realise. So a perfect tactic there.
Spinach, on the other hand, is perfectly legal and the lead jammer for this jam.
So, all right. So now Sunstate doing quite a nice job of breaking apart the Assassin's defence. Assassin Bite is up there. Pure Energy, Apple Turner over, and yep, had to let her go. Number 40. That was Kitty Hawk. Managing to get no destruction of pack or out of play blocking penalties, so well done them for keeping it clean. Spinach to the outside, holds up against the hits, takes a cut to the inside. Sorry, not as in a cut track, but cuts over to the inside of the track.
And Brittany Spear Tackles put the star back on her head as she's just behind Spinach, who has 9 points on the board already. And Brittany Spear Tackle is looking to put some of her own on the board now. As Spinach gets recycled.
Getting recycled back there by Kitty Hawk. Oh, not Kitty Hawk, it's the other 40 number, 42. Nope, 49, Apple Turner over. I should realise that. She's got all the ink. Wow, coming round, Pure Energy, coming waterfalling round, but not able to take Spinach off the track. Brittany Spear Tackle caught up there. Rattling Bone, Assassin Bite. Doing good teamwork against Brittany Spear Tackle.
5 points on the board for Sunstate, only 4 for the Assassins. 18-4 in that jam. And we're almost 10 minutes left in this game. What are we looking at there? We're looking at 29 plus 35 is 64 points the difference.
64 points the difference. All right, they've wound it back very slightly. There was an 80-point difference earlier. It's not a huge shift. I don't think it's going to be enough to close the gap in the time remaining, but I still want to see what the Assassins are going to pull out in the last
Dom
part of this
and
game.
Alice Affliction. Alice Affliction on the inside line. Dom trying to make her way through that
Minky.
triangle on the outside.
Minky sitting on Alice Affliction. I can't see who's bracing Minky, but together they're doing a beautiful job. I think that's Jones. Jones bracing Minky and... yeah, having to send Blockadile Dundee up to try to give the assist. Blockadile Dundee's come for the sweep on Jones, but Jones is straight back in while Blockadile Dundee went off track for a second. Oh, Dom's looking a little rattled, a little worse for wear, taking their time getting back up. Just making sure. Yep. All right. Now, Alice Affliction, oh my God, that was 50 seconds before we had an initial pass completed. So these are just brutal blockers.
Dom's looking a little tired.
Yep.
That hit she took a little earlier, I think, taking its toll.
Minky Jones and Icy Red doing good work to hold up Alice Affliction. Minky coming around for the booty pop, carrying Alice Affliction out, but not able to repeat that feat on the outside line. Now, yes, Dom is in the penalty box, and we've got one assassin blocker also in the penalty box. That's Kitty Hawk standing, so slight pack advantage and power jam start, sending out Spinach as you would.
Sunstate, the only team on the tracker right now. There's certainly a 5-player advantage.
Great advantage, actually. Oh, I'm seeing a timeout on the board. Oh, yes, official timeout again. All right. It's a pretty hectic game, so the officials are obviously just having to check a few things here and there, making sure that all information has been communicated and recorded correctly. keeping on top of all of the things.
So, all in all, a big, cracking first day.
Dear gods, yes. And it's not done yet.
No, exactly. You don't see much head-and-heads on the first days, but today we've seen some absolutely amazing games. And,
I am really excited to go to YouTube and look up that Queen Bee's game.
It was pretty crazy.
So, yes, Queen Bee Canberra.
And tomorrow will no doubt yield a much more exciting game.
More of the same, more again, more intense actually, as tomorrow we'll be starting to get into some of the quarterfinals.
That's exactly right. Meanwhile, back in this game, Spinach is taking the lead. I'd love to see the stats on Spinach in this game. She's certainly been a dominating powerhouse of a jammer.
Yep.
And really, probably, I'd like to see her jam percentage because she's been doing some amazing work.
She's high rotation, high rotation.
Multiplayer block going there for Unsteady as it makes her way out.
Dom coming back from the penalty box now as Spinach is on their second scoring pass. Now, Spinach helping out their blockers, and we're getting some baby eating action going.
We're
not getting baby eating action because Dom's just going to wait. Dom doesn't mind.
No worries.
Spinach doesn't mind. Clock's in their favour. So, there's no reason to change the tactic. It's duller than dirt, but there's no reason to not do what they're doing.
That's right. So they're just going to wind out this last minute. I can't see Dom skating around, and Spinach is certainly holding that position of power.
Yep. I think we might be standing here staring at this for about another 40 seconds, judging by the clock.
Dare say we will.
Oh, look, Unsteady back on track, so making up to the blockers just in case something does happen. We don't know if anything is going to happen. Spinach is having a shrug and a little bit of a sticky skate.
Yep, she's saying, look, I'd like to do something, but unfortunately this is the position strategically I actually still need to do. So it's all part of the game, and they're going to wind this clock out.
So there's Dom just going to do a cheeky couple of push-ups. I've got some free time. Spinach is back up and running. Is that what everyone was? Hoppity jump.
Spinach is like, you know what? I'm going to take it. Do it. Last second.
There you go.
Well, 6 minutes and 17 seconds left.
Oh, my lordy. All right, Brittany spear tackle up against Harry Smiles. Defensive packs moving back onto that line. Harry Smiles has just got the whites to get through. Oh, nice work. They sent Icy Red back to try to help Brittany spear tackle. Spear tackle going the very quick star pass to Minky.
Harry is putting some points on the board now,
but
though.
Sydney have managed to get the pace of this pack up, so... with some beautiful running into the slidey parts of the track and just using that to twizzle like a fiend.
Some very fancy turning around there.
Very stylish.
Bruce Willis up against Alice Affliction.
All right, so now this time Pure Energy is hanging back with the Sass and Bite. And is Pure Energy going to stay there or roll up like Sass and Bite's been doing? How's this going to go? So Pure Energy staying there to try to use Sunstate as part of their own defense against Alice Affliction. Has it worked? I can't see what's happening out the front. Bruce Willis fell. Pure Energy in the right place as well. So Bruce Willis fell, clambering back to her feet. Pure Energy had waterfalled back to give the hand up and a little whip past. Pure Energy. Alice Affliction, I think, had enough.
Motherfucker. Takes a big hit.
And there goes Bruce Willis. Now not calling it off Pure Energy. Nope. No's not going to be able to stop Alice Affliction there, so changes up, starts thinking different tactics. Bruce Willis getting the sleigh ride from Maiden Hell.
Yeah, did she get any points before they got no?
Oh, she did pick up a point there.
Won
Past the
that.
centre of the hips before she was carried out of play. Nicely done. 4 minutes left on the clock. We are coming down to the last jams of this match. Spinach is up and ready. All right. Pack advantage to the Swarm with number 23 Icy Red having a little sit down for a moment. Now,
Spinach.
Oh, Spinach.
Bam, straight the way through there.
hammer.
Almost no competition.
It's all the iron in the spinach.
Yeah, Popeye.
Yeah, making them hard, strong.
5 points on the
Oh,
board.
unsteady, taking the panty off. Might have gone the path. But the track opened up, passed off to Minky there. Minky's found the gaps.
That
Meanwhile,
was-
Spinach around for second scoring pass.
Unsteady pass that to Minky around the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly
Nice
something you don't
sneaky
see
pass.
often.
Sneaky pass. Oh, Minky powerhousing through.
Oh,
Forearms.
Oh, well, Minky makes her way through to the sin bin, and Spinach is
Spinach
already
has
in
been
charge
recycled.
here.
Just going to stand here and wait for a moment till my Swarm comes to do the hard work for me. Oh, but the water falling with Jones and Honey Punch.
5 points off, and she's calling it.
Calls
to
it
keep
off.
Minky in the bench.
2 minutes 37 on the clock.
271 to 178. It's points differential does matter in this game.
Yes, yes.
The winner of this will probably go up to play. Actually, no, that's already a draw. So
Oh.
not a draw.
All right,
Here
you've been
we
keeping
go.
track, bless you.
No, not that well.
Oh, good enough. Better than me.
Pool G versus Pool D. I don't even know what that means. What's
Alrighty,
the
there goes
pools?
Alice Affliction. Well, I do believe we're watching Div 1 pool thingy.
Yeah, it's the pools where I start to lose it.
Yeah, no, you're right, actually.
Or
I
as they
need
say
some
in
sort of
Queensland,
chart.
Pool.
Peel.
Pool in Queensland,
Like
I
a
believe.
peel.
Pool. So we have Alice
Oh,
Affliction
Minky
in charge.
again. Passing off to Minky seems to be the way to go. Oh, no, Minky was started as jamming. I apologise that we didn't call that from the start because that's quite the thing.
She was in the bench at the end of the last jam, so
Oh, yes, of course.
she had to start this one.
There you had to. Damn.
So we could be rounding up on the very last jam of this game. Harry Smiles for Sun State up against, looks like
Oh, Dom.
So when these guys have faced up before, I think Dom has been doing quite well against Harry Smiles. So everyone's smiling out there now, not just Harry, because it has been a great game between
It
these
has.
two great teams in Div 1.
Absolutely.
And it's all coming up Harry Smiles.
There goes the Harry. Nice work. Oh, Dom's got things moving. Honey Punch coming up to try to help out, but the water falling and reforming is too good by the Swarm. Harry Smiles, however, having some grief there with Teratoma and Honey Punch. Oh, has to beat Teratoma and does. Oh, yeah, a little bit happy with yourself. I think that's a very good call. Understandable. Not going to argue with you on that one at all, Harry.
Harry on the outside. Okay, Harry's calling for the rest of her squad to hurry up a little and move this pack a bit, but I don't think they can hear her. She's just calling it off and keeping it nice and clean at 285 to 178, the unofficial score. So, Canberra beating VRDL Queen Bees, the Swarm beating the Assassins. Who knows what tomorrow will yield? It could all get turned on its head all over again.
It could, but one thing is guaranteed for sure. It's going to bring excitement.
It will be a fantastic
Absolutely.
day 2 ahead of you in Division 1. This is the last Div 1 game for today, but tomorrow's going to heat up again. I've been Chief Intent. What a great game we've just watched here.
Very, very pleased to have spent this time with you, Chief. I'm Sweet Fanny Adams, signing off.
Watch the last game for the day today, and then tune in tomorrow for some more roller derby.